Welcome back to Doobrey's Day. Today's part 2 of the Damascus sword build. Let's go. Hi guys, do you like my hobbit hole? Something I've been working on. We're renovating the house, and if you look at the back here, look at all this. Isn't it pretty now? Very, very pretty. Anyway, back to the Damascus sword build. So, if you can remember last time, we had this massive piece of Damascus, and we're trying to make a sword template similar to this. So, this is a template of stainless steel that I've used before to make one of those sort of butterfly swords, as I'm calling them. Now, I've laid it on top of it and I laid it out, and I thought, yep, that'll fit. We can probably get a blade out of there. What I then did was I measured the thickness of this stainless steel, and that's 2 mil thick, and that's nice and light. You want between 2 and 3 mil. Then I went on to measure our Damascus. Now our Damascus, I'll show you. I'll just use this. Remember, this is a granite plate. You can probably remember that from one of our previous videos. This is a granite plate, so it's pretty much flat. If I zero this, so that's zeroed, or just about zero. I come on top of the Damascus, and I pop this down on here. I'll just go onto the side actually so you can see it. Now that is, you can see that's 9 mil thick. I'll take another reading over here. That's 9 mil. That's 8.5 mil. Clearly this is about 2 to 3 times the thickness that we require. So I'm now going to take, I know I was going to take my time doing this, and I'm not going to rush this, and I wasn't going to stack it. However, being that thick, I'm going to lose so much material. Probably I need to lose, crikey, I need to lose 5 mil, which is way too much. I've made the decision, sometimes you've got to make these decisions. I'm going to cut it, I'm going to stack it, I'm going to reforge it out and make it thinner. So what that means is, on here, I'm going to measure this out. This is approximately 15 inches. I think I'm going to make 3 billets of approximately 5 inches. So I'll lose a little bit off the end here. I'll lose a little bit over here. But if I keep this on here, I can use this bar again and put this piece in the middle. So I think I'm going to grind it first, get it as flat as I can. Then I'm going to chop it. And then I'm going to restack it, re-weld it, put it back onto Percy. And then we're going to forge it out again. So today is the chopping and stacking. And then if there's time today, I will reforge it. If not, that'll be in the next video. So let's get cracking on grinding this back and getting it flat.
We've been driving around, singing songs way too loud because we wanna. Picking up all our friends, fill up the car till it bends because we wanna. Yeah, we just wanna have fun. The trunk's full of wine. We're gonna stay up.
Hello, hello. Okay, just seen me using a flap disc. I've got a 60 grit flap disc I've been trying to use to get rid of the scale that's on top of the Damascus. A lesson learned, when I next do Damascus, I want to use those flattening dice to make it as flat as possible, because that means you have less grinding afterwards. So the flap disc has taken it to this level. So all these pop marks on here is where the forging didn't make it smooth. So I'm now going to jump onto the belt grinder. 2x72 belt grinder, and try and get it even smoother. Once I've got it smooth, I can test it on the granite slate to make sure it is smooth and flat, and then I'm going to cut it into probably 3 or 4 sections and restack it. Okay, we're getting there on the grind. As you can see, it's getting nice and smooth. It does take a lot of effort. Looking at the steel and measuring it, it looks to me, well, that's 15 inches in total, but there's some delamination just on this end here. So I reckon if I can get 12 to 13 inches out of it, I'll be happy. So I'm going to cut this into 4.5 inch lengths. This end bit here, I'm going to leave the bar on. This will become the middle part. Cut it to 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, and that leaves me a little bit on the end here, which we can do a little test etch on. So cut it into 3 bits, and I'll continue sanding them and make them absolutely as clean as possible. Stack them and weld them. So let's cut, and then let's continue with the grinding.
Don't need nobody's attention, yeah, we just wanna dance on our own. We came to party all night long and sing along to every song.
Okay guys, here we are. This is 3 pieces. I cut them into 3 pieces in the end, all cleaned up. I've got to put them back on the grinder and make them really smooth. You can still see there's some lumps and bumps on it, especially when you see them on here, but they're done on both sides. This is the end bit with the rebar. The way I'm going to stack this is I'm going to have a clean piece here, then I'm going to have the rebar in the middle, and then I'm going to have another clean piece on top, so it makes a little stack with the rebar in the middle. I need to do the welding on this, which I'll do later. Then I'm going to get them on the belt grinder, give them a little bit of a tidy up, weld them, and then get on to Percy and get them forged out again. So in here is a piece of the end that I cut off, and can you see those lines? They are the Damascus. So we're going to squish those and twist them and make lots of different things with them, but there you go guys, that's a lovely piece of Damascus. Right guys, that's it for today. We've ground, we're going to stack, well we've already stacked it, we've just got to weld it. That's it for this week. Let's do another one. Cheers guys, see you next time. Bye for now.